Okay, I've had to stop and start, stop and start. Keep getting interrupted or distracted or whatever. Or just completely can't even, I just run into a wall and can't even remember what the hell I'm talking about. But so a minute ago, when I forgot what I was talking about, now I remember what I was talking about. So in the near-death experience thing, the woman I was talking about, when she talks about hers, I think it's the woman, I'd seen it in an interview what she's talking about. I'm pretty sure it's the woman who, hers was a drowning. She was on a river rafting trip. And I think she was a doctor. There was some sort of significance or something to her thing. And a lot of people who have these experiences, they just stop. They don't talk about them. People just think it's weird. They don't want to hear about it. Now I think more people are interested in it, but for forever, nobody wanted to hear about it. And so a lot of them just kind of file it away. Now there's way more people talking out about it. But so on hers, her guidance, her guides, whoever, that works with her, that started telling her that she had to write about it. She had to write and everything that she would come up with. And so then it just became, it was like they wouldn't let her sleep or something. Just keep on telling her and telling her. And so she wrote it, and then right away it got published and all this stuff. But the thing that I think that I found funny about that was, because that's what I said when this first started happening to me, how it was relentless. So just keep you up at night talking. Mine started turning the lights on. But right now, lately, it's been that same thing. It's like I can't sleep. I feel like I'm just awake, constantly listening to. It's all there's lots and lots of just super interesting things. Interesting insights and perspectives, and much more wider, bigger ways to look at things. So I enjoy it, but I'm tired. But I'm hoping that's what's affecting my eyes so bad, because I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in rapid descent. It's making me like, I gotta go talking about my eyes. I gotta just start being like, oh, my eyes are so perfect. My vision is so perfect. My internal vision is improved. Another thing too that I found interesting that I had shared earlier, after I had talked earlier and I had said about having a brain injury or any kind of handicap at all, it helps you develop other things about yourself. And so I was talking about, like, for a brain injury, it helps you to develop like more patience and understanding and compassion, a lot of different things that you wouldn't develop normally. And so there's always a positive to every negative. You just have to look for it. But you know, uh, to you gotta look for positive stuff. But for my eyes, lately I'm just not getting any sleep at all, and they are just, I don't know. It feels like this such a rapid decline. I feel like everything is just like disappearing. I don't know. It's kind of creepy, but I'm trying to not worry or anything like that. And, like what I was saying about the developing. Oh, that's what I was going to say a second ago. So right after I had said about that, and I started watching that, I shared the video. It was an ancient aliens thing. And the guy started talking about with somebody who gets a brain injury or some sort of neurological traumatic event, that they will develop other things, And I was talking about that, but in something, that's more three-dimensional. And he's talking more about cognitive abilities, like, psychic abilities, or, other gifts like that, extra or supernatural or whatever, is how I took it, what he was saying. Like, they'll become psychic, they'll become knowing of things that they didn't know, so tuned in more to the other side. And this is, I was just thinking, it's kind of interesting, because when I got my brain injury, there's a definite change when something happens. And so, there's so many people I've said, there's so many people who I've seen have been speaking out about this transformative time, have all gone through some sort of a traumatic event that was a life-changing event for them, and they had to go within themselves to, get through it, and to develop parts of themselves that, had grown dormant or maybe was never there. And so you really have to go inside to pull from inner strength to get over some really traumatic things. And it changes you. And I was just thinking, it's weird when he said that. I just thought, you know, um, the changes that happen, how much of it is you are, this is like one of those things like where you can see it in your head and understand it, but you can't come up with words to explain it. But it's some sort of a thing of a connection to other dimensions, other aspects of your life. But then it also plays out in physical. It's one of those things that I saw it in this more expansive way, but it's hard for me to explain it. But it does help you to develop a lot more things about yourself, because you got to get through so much, and you do have to trust so much. You do have to tune into the other side, and it does make you more spiritual, because you have to realize that there's something more when you're going through something so horrible. And it's just weird. It's something about that change, and I can't figure out how to explain it. But it kind of, I've heard this thing before of like your younger, like I love these things where people are showing about their younger self and stuff like that. But this, I had heard from somebody, and they were older than me, and they were talking about them being themselves and then catching up to their older self that was waiting for them. And I thought that is a really cool kind of thing, because, there is a part of yourself that is older and knowing and is waiting for that younger part of yourself to catch up. And there is, always this ever expanding things happening in your life. And there is like certain points. So you do have these transformative times, kind of like intersections or bus stops or something along your life. And, you have different aspects of self waiting at these different bus stops to help you along that journey. And it is like in that movie the other day when these people were with their younger self. I see it as with their soul, their true self, because when you are your younger self and you haven't been as traumatized yet, you're more pure to your true self. And, it's the traumas and stuff that we go through that pull us away from our true self, that help us put up walls and stuff. And there's just this whole victim mentality, of, oh, poor me, and this happened to me and stuff. Is when we switch how we're looking at things, and start looking at it like, I could still sit and just be an anger. I could have just become a drug addict, an alcoholic, just feel sorry for myself. I could have just made it, use my brain injury as an excuse to treat people bad or to do crimes or whatever, whatever people want to do with their labels. Or you can just own your events and, play your hand. Play the hand that's dealt you in the best way you can, and don't sit and feel sorry for yourself and, treat others bad because you've had a hard time. And, everything that we go through is an opportunity to show ourselves who we really are. And if you turn into an asshole every time something bad happens, then, that's what you need to face. That's who you really are. You're just an asshole, and you don't want to see that in yourself, and that's not saying like, that it's the best thing always to just be optimistic, to be Pollyanna, because what I was talking about, I think last week or something, about, I was definitely culprit of this, of I'm going to protect myself. I got to try and be the good guy. Can't play that bad guy part, but you still ultimately would play the bad guy without even trying. But also it becomes a egocentric kind of thing if you're trying to only be the good guy. So you need to see all sides of yourself. You need to understand all sides of yourself, and don't fear all sides of yourself, but also understand you have control of all sides of yourself. You have an internal guidance. You don't have to be listening to everything up going in your head, because there's a lot of interference in there if you don't understand who and what you are and what's going on in there, because it is a receiver, and there's just, there's spirits out all over the place. I mean, if people want to be scared of ghosts, it's like, well, then you probably should just never get up when you're good, and you're fearing yourself, so it really makes no sense. But they're all around you, and they're all communicating with you. And yeah, if you're just down in the dumps and low vibration, think of where your communication is coming from. Think of how that's going to chain you, bind you down, hold you back, just because you have no awareness that you've got yourself down in this, the drudgery, where all this yucky energy just thrives, and you're just down there just feeling like shit. That's your energy you're around. You got to pull yourself up out of there. You got to recognize what's happening. Pull yourself up out of there, and do your best to work on staying out of there, so you can pull from other energy. Focus on, it is the things like, if you want to pull in more positive energy, focus on positive things, focus on love. If you don't have anybody in your life that you love or anything, watch cute baby or cute puppy videos or something, playful kitten videos. I mean, there's stuff out there that can make you happy and smile and make you feel good. You just got to go out and find it. But use it as your medicine. Use that to make yourself feel better. Use that kind of stuff to help build you into a stronger place. And, when you want to be pulling in those different energies, focus on the different things. Focus on love. Focus on gratitude. Look around you and just find every little tiny thing. I mean, it could be something small, just like, oh, I'm so glad I have toothpaste. Every little thing. Just really start considering, what if I didn't have this? What if I didn't have this chair to sit in? I'd be sitting on the floor. It's freaking hard and it's a little cold. So, man, I've got great gratitude for having this beat up old chair. That's how you got to start, like, transforming how you look at things, is, understanding that every little thing you have is there for you. And if you don't even appreciate it, then what is it there for? You've got to start, and the more you start finding gratitude, the more you start focusing on love and focusing on doing things for other people and giving of yourself without anything coming back, then you are raising your vibration. You're pulling yourself towards that energy that you want to. That's the energy you want to pull on. And that will pull you up. It will uplift you. It will pull you out of the drudgery, the painful energy that's down there sucking the life out of you. Because no matter what, we can't be limited by our labels. Like, I can't sit here and just be stuck in this, oh, poor me, I have a brain injury. I'll just, turn into a real dick. And the life really did me dirty, and, nothing's gone right. And, I mean, I'm one of those people, I've had challenge after challenge after challenge. If I wanted to sit and be just negative, feel sorry for me, I could go sit in a bar stool all day long and feel stories of tragic events of my life. You know, it depends on where you want to put your energy. Do you want to put your energy into having someone feel bad for you? Or do you want to put your energy into feeling good for yourself? Because when you start focusing on yourself and how to figure out how to make yourself feel good, it's a lot more solid. It's a real solid accomplishment. So that's a good place to focus. Anyways, probably just all over the place as usual. But, you know, that's the life of a brain injury person. I just really cannot see today. God. So have a great day. I'm just going to stumble around here. So I'll talk to you later. Bye.